So I had really good intentions with the next project on my Mustang. It didn't all go as planned, and we'll get into why. But at the end of the day, I got some extra parts that I no longer need. Welcome back and Happy New Year 2025. I'm so excited about this year. I've got so many projects that I've completed and I'm looking forward to so many more projects. Anyways, please like and subscribe while you're here so you'll never miss an exciting project video. So the original intention of this video was to dial in my coilovers and add caster camber plates. One of the two things did not work out. Let's see which one. Side note, I bought this gimbal thing and I thought it would just be like, you know, put the camera on, you know, walk around the car like this. This thing is like really not user intuitive. Like the balance is just like flopping all over the place. Yeah, this is annoying. I'm gonna put this away because my entire day is gonna be gone trying to figure out how to use this piece of shit. So first thing we have to remove is the strut bolts. 21 on the back bolts. Just this little bracket. Get out of the way. Now it's not attached to the shock anymore. Front nuts right here are a 24. Alright, so we got this one loose. We'll undo the other side and then we'll undo the bolts from the top. That's the good thing about taking something apart over and over again. It's so much easier the 900th time that you do it. We can do the top brackets now. Down, baby. So the job is really easy to remove these coilovers. Now installing coilovers from scratch, that's a different story because you do have to remove the stock springs. But it's just a couple bolts on the bottom and then 3 nuts at the top. And it gets a little tricky when you don't have a buddy because you kind of have to like hold it and then undo the nuts at the same time and make this ridiculous squatting look, but it comes out really easy. So when I first got these coilovers, these SV coilovers, the preload was supposed to be factory set. It was in one of them, and it wasn't in the other one. The reason I know this is because one of them there was no play in the spring here. The other one had like about an inch of gap, so you could just move the spring loosey-goosey up and down. So I didn't notice that until I got them on the car, and by that time it was difficult to adjust the preload, so I had to take them off and just basically match the preload. Easy breezy once that was done. Then getting the correct ride height, that was another challenge because the fenders kept hitting my tires. So I rolled those fenders, then I lowered it again, then I raised it. So now that I have them off, I can set them perfectly even while they're off. So what I expected when I say coilovers dialed in was just symmetry with the preload. That's it. I obviously know that coilovers are adjusted as per your desired ride height. That's the whole point. But there were a few things that were just off in the basic settings, which were, from what I read, supposed to come set from the manufacturer. So with more knowledge under my belt with suspension, I wanted to go back and just fix everything. So that's the moment. That is the moment that I realized. I mean, whoa. So my memory has seen better days, and sometimes I'll buy parts and I'll forget where I put them, or forget that I even bought them, and I'll rebuy the parts. It's not the end of the world because you get extra parts sometimes, but this was a surprise to me. So when I first installed my coilovers, this was way back earlier in the year. I was just excited to get the coilovers, excited to make progress on my car. I didn't really look much into what they were. So when I went to look at the caster camber plates, they're not gonna work. They don't work with coilovers. They don't work with these coilovers. So yeah, anyways, they're not gonna work. I'm not heartbroken about it. So I'm not going to return them. I'll give them away to someone who needs them for their car. Install is so easy. It's just the 3 top bolts and then the 2 bottom bolts that mount it to the car. The hardest part is just being able to reach that strut up and put those nuts on at the same time. So you kind of I have long arms, so I'm lucky, but that's the main struggle there. And the struts are pretty light, so I can handle them with one arm. And then one of the sides is always really hard to get the 2 bolts lined up. I've been told to do the bottom bolt first, then I've been told to do the top bolt first. And someone told me that they were even a different diameter. None of that's true. They're lying. It's not true. It's ridiculous. Either way you slice it, it can just be a struggle. One side is easier than the other, and then also I'm usually pretty tired at this point in time, so my strength is exhausted and my brain power also suffers a bit. It's crazy, there's this time of day where it will go from light to dark within the span of 3 minutes. It's getting dark, and then all of a sudden, bam, it's dark. And that's kind of what happened. I finished up on one side. As I walked to the other side of the car, I was in complete darkness. Werewolves were coming out and Frankenstein was roaming. Dracula was flying through the air. It was terrifying. I got out my light this time because I was very far from completing the job. Got on my light, set a light up, but then I couldn't really film anything because I have to like be in the view of the, I have to like get in the light, so I kept blocking the camera. Well, it's too dark to go further, but I got pretty much everything that I needed to get done, except for now I just have to go back and lower the car. After I adjusted the coilovers and made sure that they matched and all that good stuff, my car is sitting higher than I want it to. So tomorrow, but it'll be easy. You know, you have to just, you don't even have to remove the wheels, but I'm gonna remove the wheels and then just lower the cylinder into the cylinder. You'll see tomorrow. Okay, but it's nighttime, we need to go to bed. I'm gonna go to sleep now. First I'm gonna brush my teeth. And here we are, we're the next day. So this day is like the good day. I'm really gonna take my time for the first time ever and adjust the ride height on the front coilovers. I plan to do the rear as well, but I've got new rear control arms coming for the back. So I'm going to do all that adjustment once I get the new control arms installed. So this will be fun. Let's go. This is the space that I have right now. It measures about 4 1/8. So the goal here is to lower you want to lower this into the cylinder right here. Don't touch these two locking nuts right here, because that will mess with your preload, and once you mess with your preload, it's a real bummer to get it set back. So we're gonna undo this locking nut, and then we're going to twist this deep into the cylinder. It's gonna make a lot of sense when you watch me do it, actually. Still not as low as I want it to be. It seems like lowering it 1 inch on the cylinder translates to like 1/4 of an inch when the car is lowered. So I'm gonna drop it like 2 inches. Okay, so after doing it twice, the first time I lowered the cylinder into the cylinder about 1 inch, and it lowered my car about 1/4 inch. Second time I lowered it 2 inches, and in total it's lowered my car, the front of my car, 3/4 of an inch, and I'm happy with that. Let's take it for a drive. So So earlier when I started up the car, I got so excited to get out of here that I put it in the, and I've done this many of a time. Like I do this all the time. I put it in reverse and nothing. It won't go. It's like someone's holding my car back. I'm like, oh shit. Did I just hit a jack stand? Am I that stupid? Which is easy to do. And no. I was trying to run over 2 tire chocks. That usually will stop you from going anywhere. I put them at the stiffest setting. I'm open to suggestions, so I put it to stiff because in my head I'm like, oh, maybe that will stiffen up and make it less bouncy, but maybe it's the opposite of that. I don't know. My knowledge in coilovers is nothing. So just keep that in mind when you leave the angry comments. Somebody commented, try moving your mouth when you speak. Then they said I sounded like someone, I didn't recognize the name. I was like, you sound like Con or something? I don't know. I don't know. I thought I moved my mouth when I'm speaking, but I guess someone's looking more for like some kind of an animated, this kind of an action. Is this better? User from Facebook? Should I move my mouth like this? Does this make you want to watch my videos more? So this is great. I gotta say, the clunking is gone. I obviously need to get an alignment now. I think I'll probably just wait until I've got the rear done. So I'm getting the rear, lower and upper control arms, same brand, BMR. And then I'm also replacing the sway bar bushings because I noticed that mine were toasted when I was doing the front control arms. And other than that, oops, I gotta replace that bushing in the stick shift. But yeah, I mean my alignment is so fucking off. It's unbelievable. My car is not driven this well ever. Like I can't believe it. I'm so happy. Oh man. Oh, that's exciting. Well, thank you so much for watching. Happy New Year. This is the first video of the new year 2025. It's already off to a great start because I uploaded a video and I'm excited about it and my car runs great. So yeah. See you next time. It feels so good when you actually go to fix something and it ends up being the problem and there's a noticeable difference afterwards. So now I'm like, I turn the steering wheel and the car just turns. Like I turn a little bit, here it turns. Can you imagine that? Your steering wheel actually turning? It's amazing. So anyways, these are the SV caster camber plates that I'm not going to use, that I don't need. So I'll let someone who needs them win them. Really easy requirements. I put them in the description. But they're brand new. These are for my 2003 Mach 1 Mustang, but they fit a vast array of Mustangs. And all the parts are right here. Ship them to one of you people who needs them. All right, let's go.